What's going on, everyone? Today we are taking a look at the UPERFECT V, which is a wireless multi-touch portable monitor. How this monitor works is instead of relying on Bluetooth or Wi-Fi for data transmission, it actually uses what's called a mmWave 5G transmitter to send data and video from your device to the screen. Taking a look at the specs, this has a 15.6-inch 1080p display with 10 points of multi-touch, a built-in 10,000 milliamp battery, stereo speakers, and weighs only 1.74 pounds. Taking a look inside the box, you get a USB-A to USB-C cable, a micro HDMI to full HDMI cable, two USB-C to USB-C cables. Then you have your power adapter. At first I was confused and thought they sent me the wrong adapter, but it turns out this top part slides off. Then you have your standard US plug down here. So if you are someone who travels a lot, this is a nice little handy thing to include basically for free with the monitor. Then lastly, you have the monitor itself. I almost forgot to show the most important thing, which is the wireless transmitter. I was testing this earlier and forgot to put it back in the box, but you get the wireless transmitter, and then it also comes with its own little tripod at the bottom. Taking a look at the display, this looks and feels like a very premium monitor. The shell was made of all aluminum, and while you do have some bezels on the front, they are hidden behind glass, so it makes it look very sleek and similar to a high-end tablet. I've tested some pretty thin portable monitors over the years, but this is by far the slimmest one I have tried yet. At the same time, the monitor feels very sturdy with no bends or movements, so despite how thin it is, I don't have any worries about it flexing or breaking. So taking a look at the front, you have no buttons, and more importantly, there are no logos either, which I really appreciate, which gives it a nice and clean look. Coming to the back, you have a built-in stand, which is also aluminum. I like that it takes a little bit of force to move it, as I've tried a few monitors with a similar stand that just felt loose and flimsy. This one being tighter, I'm confident it'll hold the monitor in the exact position that I placed it. So when you lift up the stand, this is where all your ports are, and you have your power port, your USB Type-C, and your mini HDMI. Then coming to the other side, you have your controls for the menu and your headphone port. Lastly, coming to the top of the back of the monitor, you have this little black box here, and this is the receiver to receive the data from the wireless transmitter. So despite this monitor having a unique transmission system, setting up and using this is extremely easy. So if you're connecting the transmitter to a USB-C device, it does not need its own power supply. However, if you're using HDMI, then you would need to use the supplied power adapter, or you can also use a power bank to keep things portable as well. Once you have your device connected, there is no setup or anything else required. Just plug it in, and just like that, the monitor will automatically start displaying the signal. Another cool feature is this transmits not only video, but sound and touchscreen capabilities as well. So one of the ways you can use this is to make it into a wireless DeX monitor setup. Simply plug the transmitter into your phone, and now you can leave your phone charging on the other side of the house and do everything you need to do right here on the monitor like a tablet. Despite being wireless, touch is very responsive, and then multi-touch gestures also work no problem as well. Beside your phone, you can also use this with game consoles such as a Steamdeck, Nintendo Switch, or even your PS5. So right now I have the transmitter connected to my PS5, which is all the way across the room, and as you can see here, it's transmitting very well. I'm sure there has to be a small amount of latency, but honestly this feels very smooth, and I can't detect any delay or lagging when I'm moving around the menu quickly. According to the specs, this transmitter can transmit up to 23 feet away, so you can't go too far, but it's good enough to work across a room and remove the need for running a long cable. So let's go ahead and fire up a game, see if we get any banding issues or any stuttering or pixelation or anything like that. So far this looks very good. If someone didn't tell me this was wireless, I wouldn't have known. This looks just as good as regular HDMI. There is no artifacts, there's no pixelation. This is very, very crisp. Sound is coming through great. So I know with the PS5 or the PS4, you could just use the PS Remote app. But honestly, every time I used it, I had a lot of bad pixelation on the screen that was lagging, sometimes even cut me off. I mean, I don't have my PS5 on a wired connection, so that's probably part of the problem. But in my setup, it just didn't work out. So for me, this is going to be a whole lot better. We're in a really dark area right now, so let me go ahead and shut off the lights. Well, now it just blew out the picture, but I guess that's okay. This is Resident Evil 4. So far, very, very responsive. Way better than PS Remote app. Yeah, this is great. Yeah, that's very responsive. Seems like no issues at all. Of course, if you wanted, you could also use this monitor directly with a USB-C or HDMI cable as well. One benefit of hooking this monitor directly to your phone or portable console is the screen also has the capability to charge your device as well. So you can do whatever you have to do on the monitor, and once you're done, you'll leave with a topped off battery. I also confirmed the wireless transmitter does work on my 2021 MacBook Pro as well. However, the touchscreen only works if you connect the monitor directly to the computer. I'm sure this has nothing to do with the monitor itself, but just MacBooks not wanting to transmit touch data. However, even with just the cable, I'm happy to see the touchscreen worked, as not many touchscreen monitors actually work with MacBooks. So taking a look at the screen itself, this is definitely a very good panel. There's plenty of brightness and the colors are nice and vibrant with a good amount of contrast. I've reviewed quite a few portable monitors over the years, and this one is definitely among the best. One cool thing I love about these UPERFECT monitors is their display controls. You can access it using the buttons on the side, or much easier, you can just swipe on the bottom right here with 2 fingers, and just like that, all of your controls pop up. These are all touch buttons as well, so any adjustments you need to make, you can just tap and adjust it right here on the screen. In my opinion, this monitor is definitely a home run when it comes to the picture and all of the features it has. So if you're looking for a great touchscreen monitor that also has wireless capabilities, I highly recommend taking a look at this one here from UPERFECT. Alright, well that about wraps up this video. As usual, if you have any questions at all, feel free to drop me a comment. Otherwise, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.